Hey YouTube, MDEX Music here, and welcome back to another episode of Upper Structure Fridays Season 2. And in this season, we're studying quartals. If you're not familiar with upper structures, I strongly suggest you check out Season 1, which is available now as an entire course featuring interactive PDFs, demos, and much more. You can click on the link here or just check the description down below. Also be sure to watch the introduction to this series where we explain both what quartals are and how we're going to use them to create new colors in music. Today, let's look at a major 7 sharp 4 altered quartal built on the 3 of a dominant 7 chord. It will be notated like this: major 7 sharp 4 over dominant 7. This is another altered quartal sound which is great to use on top of any dominant 7 chord that contains a sharp 9. So if I have, for example, a C7, the 3 is E. So I'm going to build my major 7 sharp 4 altered quartal starting on E. And I should get E, B flat, and D sharp. This is going to contain just one tension, the sharp 9. So if I play my C7 down here, and today's upper structure quartal up here, when I put them together, the color that I'll get is this. To construct this upper structure, we simply play a major 7 sharp 4 altered quartal over a dominant 7 chord starting on the 3 of that chord. For example, in C7, the 3 is E. So we simply have to play an E major 7 sharp 4 quartal on top of C7. We now have a C7 with a sharp 9. We build this major 7 sharp 4 altered quartal by using an augmented fourth and a perfect fourth on top of it. This is very similar to our previous upper structure, the 3 major 7/4. In fact, there's only a 1 note difference. But as we'll see later on, it's an essential difference. Here are the ways that you can think about this quartal. Play a major 7 sharp 4 altered quartal starting on the 3 of that chord. For a more independent perspective, just think a major third above the root and play the major 7 sharp 4 altered quartal on that note in any inversion. So you're probably thinking that today's upper structure is awfully similar to last week. Last week we talked about the major 7/4 over the dominant 7, and it sounded like this. Some tension in there too. And today we're talking about the major 7 sharp 4 over dominant 7. So yes, they're very similar in their sound. They have some tritones, there's some tension here, but what's worth understanding is the subtleties of these two chords and the differences between them is actually very important and allows you to make very informed and deliberate decisions, as we'll see later on. When we looked at our previous upper structure, the 3 major 7/4, we found that it worked great on altered blues progressions. And we also showed you a more interesting use of it over a 2/5 that was targeting a major chord. Today's upper structure, the 3 major 7 sharp 4, also works great on altered blues progressions and on 2/5s that target major chords. But this upper structure is also great for 2/5s that target minor chords. Let's compare the 3 major 7/4 with the 3 major 7 sharp 4. In Misty, from our last video, we used the 3 major 7/4 on top of the E flat 7 to get an E flat 7 sharp 9 13. And we showed how the 3 major 7/4 was implying the symmetric diminished scale. Today's upper structure, the 3 major 7 sharp 4, also fits that property because instead of playing G, C, and F sharp, we're now playing G, D flat, and F sharp. So the 3 major 7 sharp 4 also implies the symmetric diminished. But notice how now we don't have a natural 13 in our voicing. This gives us 2 advantages. First, the sound produced by the 3 major 7 sharp 4 has less tensions than the one produced by the 3 major 7/4. And second, since we're not playing a natural 13, the 3 major 7 sharp 4 can be used on 2 5s that target a minor chord as well. So this would be a great upper structure to use in blue bossa, especially in line 2 where we have this 2 5 that resolves to a minor target. So in this case, we'd have our D minor 7 flat 5 to G7 sharp 5. So that would give me a B major 7 sharp 4 on my right hand, B, F, and B flat on top of my G7. That's going to resolve perfectly to our target of C minor 7. Now if I use last week's major 7-4 over this dominant chord down here, I would have this. And now, I mean, the problem with that is now I have this E natural, the 13th of the chord, which sort of implies that we're borrowing from major, which is something you generally don't want to do when you're in a minor key or targeting a minor chord. So here it is with the 13, the E natural, and here it is with today's upper structure. Right? So much better. The whole point is that you look at upper structures from different perspectives. Each perspective will open up different doors. Any of these ways of thinking is useful. All right, it's time for your upper structure challenge of the day. See if you can picture the 3 major 7 sharp 4 over the given dominant 7 chord. As usual, we'll give you 4 beats to think about it, and then we'll show you the answer. G7, B major 7 sharp 4, D7, F sharp major 7 sharp 4, E flat 7, G major 7 sharp 4, A flat 7, C major 7 sharp 4, D flat 7, F major 7 sharp 4. That's going to do it for this episode of Upper Structure Fridays. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget, Upper Structures Volumes 1 and 2 are now available as interactive PDFs with all of these video lessons, 12 key workouts, and demo songs containing all of the techniques that we're talking about applied to real jazz standards. Again, we appreciate you joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date on current content. We're going to leave you today with our demo showing you the major 7 sharp 4 quartal on top of dominant 7 chords. Enjoy.